I like to paint my backdrops, like gives you a kind of more room to play around with the colors. You don't have to spend loads of money on expensive ones, which I'm not saying that I paint my backdrops as good as the kind of elephants ones, but you do make your image much more personal because it's something from that you put into that, and you're kind of flexible with the way it looks, with the color you use, and you never know how it will turn out. So that's also kind of the fun part of making your own backdrop. For making my own backdrop, I use like chalk paint in different colors. I mostly grab a mid-tone, a darker one, and a lighter one, which I will mix up together while I'm painting. An acrylic paint will have. The brand doesn't matter that much. There are many brands of chalk paint. It's just depending on, some brands have more colors than the other ones, so it's fine which one you. Also the good thing of chalk paint is it has a quick drying time, so you can really paint your backdrop in the morning and use it in the afternoon. So my first step will be like preparing all your stuff. Use some plastic. It can get dirty because I'm not that neat in painting, and you can loosen up more when there's plastic on the floor. You don't have to watch the floor being dirty. I have my paint trays. I have one for each color I use. I also use a paint tray for my water because you have to soak your paint roller in the water sometimes. Don't make it too wet. Find a balance in paint and water. So first we're going to put in the paint in a paint tray. We have a paint tray for every color. Today is Nadia. Nadia is helping me today. Not that you need to be with two persons to paint this backdrop, but it kind of speeds things up. So I always start just painting my base color, so don't be too needy about that. The funny thing is, if you think while you're doing that, it kind of stops like the process of just let it happen. Sometimes I'll end up doing my whole backdrop with just one paint roller. Sometimes I use the sponges, sometimes I use a big brush. So it all depends on how the colors turn out. And it also depends on how much structure you want to get in your backdrop. Be kind of careful what you do in the middle, because that's where you want to have some spots who are lighter. Remember that when you're shooting your hand-painted backdrop, it always be darker when you shoot. It also depends on the space you leave between your subject and your backdrop. And the good thing is, if there are spots in your backdrop that you don't like and you notice them in post, it's so easy to fix them. So if you got the time, you can let it dry for 24 hours, just let it dry flat. If you would like to use it directly, just hang it up and just shoot it. It's kind of ready to use now.